These 10 new apps are blowing my mind. From apps that make your iPhone a mini stream deck, or one that lets you keep an eye on exports for your Mac on your iPhone. An amazing Save for Later app that does it all from recipes, locations, movies, and more. Better voice dictation apps, a scorekeeper with a trick up its sleeve, apps hacking picture-in-picture, and more. All right, these first two apps work with your iPhone and Mac. The first one is called Choclift, and you can think of it as like a mini stream deck for your Mac. It's completely free to download and use with one page of controls. If you love it and then want more pages of controls, it's $3 a month. But Choclift lives here up in the menu bar of your Mac. You can open the app and then customize pages of controls. And when you add a new control, it can either launch an app, run an Apple shortcut, which is pretty sweet, or open a website link. I'll put call sheet back on my controls. And then when you open the Choclift app on your iPhone, allow network connections, you'll get a 4-digit code from the Mac app, and then it's immediately paired. Now what amazed me the most about Choclift is how fast it is. If I wanted to open the Capture app on my Mac, I can just tap it on my iPhone, and then the app opened that quickly, right here in my Mac Studio. I can open a new Finder window just by tapping it here in the Choclift app. If I want to open Reader, I can just tap it here, that quickly, it's open. I'll open Call Sheet, and boom, there you have it. You can have it in portrait mode if you prefer that, or in landscape. And if you ever wondered if a Stream Deck type device would work for you, try Choclift. Again, I'm using the free version. This is just one page of controls. You can put shortcuts, apps, or URLs, but just incredibly fast, super fun app to try out on your phone and your Mac. Now this next app works just on your Mac, or you can pair it with your iPhone as well. It's called Inset. I actually met and had lunch with the developer right here in Tampa, and I thought this was a great idea. It's a $4 one-time purchase app, and let's say you have some task on your Mac, or maybe it's a chat support window that you want to keep an eye on no matter what else you're doing. For instance, maybe I'm transcribing the latest episode of Primary Technology. It's my tech podcast, by the way. You can follow and watch on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts. And once you download Inset, it will live here in the menu bar, and then you can choose an area of your screen, the entire display, or a specific window of an app. So I'm going to choose Window, select Transcriptionist, which is currently transcribing the podcast. And then if I drag that window away, and now that's become a window into that app that's going to stay on screen and above all my other windows. So I can open my Safari window and you can see layers behind it. Let's open the Home app. Continue working on your Mac, doing all the things, and that Inset window is going to be giving you a preview all the time. But it gets even better because Inset has an iPhone app. Now if I open the Inset app here, I can see all my Macs currently running Inset. I'll choose my Mac Studio here, and a net preview of the Transcriptionist window is available on my iPhone. Now I can get up, make some coffee, do whatever I need to do, and I can keep an eye on the progress of this task. And this will work with any window, even something like a Zoom call or Google Meet. Also in the Inset controls, you can check Always on Top, which is what I have. You can hide the cursor. I can stop the preview, and maybe I want to select an area of the screen, like just the progress bar right here in Transcriptionist. Well, I can do that, move the Inset window around, drag it to the bottom left corner, and now no matter what I'm doing on my Mac, that little window is always visible, and you can see it live updated on my iPhone. So now I have an even larger progress bar that I can keep an eye on when I'm away from my Mac. Awesome idea, really well executed, $4. Next, I've been testing different read and save for later apps, and this one called Albo is really interesting. Very opinionated design, but I'm okay with that. But you can save anything using the share sheet into Albo, and then it automatically categorizes it and formats really nicely. So different recipes you might come across on social media, you can just share it into the app and it will format it just like this. Now I have a shortcut that does this, but it just doesn't look this nice. And this can also save all the things. So it can save locations. So if you're wanting to save links or things for a trip, you can do all that. Even create new collections like a city name. And you can even just take a photo or screenshot, add it to the Albo app, and then it will try to parse out everything you're seeing. If I go in, you'll see that was mentioned in this image that I uploaded and shared from GroveMate. And what's really cool is you can even screenshot or share things like images from a movie, and it will identify that movie or TV show. So I'm gonna choose a screenshot here, and I'll choose this picture. It's a Brad Pitt movie. I'm pretty sure it's a war movie, but maybe I don't know exactly what it is. Well, I'm gonna import this image. Give it a second. At first it will show as untitled, but after a few moments, it will actually recognize the movie or TV show, tell you what it is, and now it's saved in my Albo app as the actual movie, just from a screenshot that I might have seen on social media. You can add it to collections like a watch later. Very cool. Then I can go over to films and I'll see everything that was recognized by the app. Then you can share anything that you might see on social media or in Safari. I'll just do the share to, then go over to Albo and it will send this link, kind of like when you run my shortcut. You can add it to a collection right there from the share sheet. Again, give Albo a few moments. It's going to parse that information, and pretty quickly I now have the video preview right here in the Albo app, which is pretty wild, and a description with the method, really slick. So this is the free version. You can try this for a while. It is collecting various data and tying it to you, so keep that in mind. And then it's $7 a month or $30 a year. I have another Read It Later app coming soon though, so stay tuned. And another great app I recently discovered is Homebase. Running a small business already has a ton of challenges, but running payroll, keeping track of scheduling shouldn't be a headache. And that's where today's sponsor comes in, Homebase. Homebase is your one app for everything from work schedules, time clocks, running payroll, HR, and more. It's completely free to start, and I actually set up my entire business from my iPhone, added an employee. Yes, I think my son is going to be starting to edit videos for me. And not only is it easy to set up, but it's built for small businesses with hourly teams. I can quickly add team members right from my phone, manage the scheduling, timesheets, and run payroll. Managers can save up to 20 hours a month using Homebase. And this works great for small businesses with physical locations like coffee shops, or remote businesses like video editing and creator services. And now that I'm an independent creator, maybe trying to bring on part-time and contract help, hiring people, adding them to payroll, it doesn't have to be complex. Homebase can do it all, and I also just love the design of the app and the service. It actually feels like a modern app. You can create employee schedules, manage shift coverage, and keep everything in sync. Invite your team into the Homebase app so you can add shifts, events, and everyone can stay organized and on task. So scan this QR code or click the link down in the video description and let Homebase handle the time tracking, scheduling, and payroll for your small business. Don't waste hours a week trying to do it manually or trying to makeshift several different services. Use Homebase for the one app for everything. My thanks to Homebase for sponsoring this video. This next app is a one-time purchase for your Mac. $10, but it's called TextSniper. Now, macOS does a pretty good job of recognizing text and letting you select it, especially if you open a document in preview. But sometimes selecting that text can be finicky, and if you see text in a video or image, it might be really hard to select. Well, TextSniper just lives in the background on your Mac. You can map a keyboard shortcut. I have it as Command-Shift-2, so Command-Shift-3 is do a screenshot of an area, 2 is now TextSniper, and let's say I want to grab just the text. TextSniper right here. Well, clicking and dragging here in Safari, I'm not able to select the text. I can take a screenshot, open that in preview, or just do the TextSniper keyboard shortcut. And as soon as I do what looks like a screenshot, I actually captured that text and TextSniper puts it right on my clipboard. And you can see I just pasted it in that search field. I'll do it again, Command-Shift-2. I'll select this text right here. And if I just paste, it put it right on my clipboard, ready to go. You can also do things like scan QR codes, barcodes, do text-to-speech, reading what you just selected. But this is really cool. If you often see text, maybe a URL or a QR code in a video that you're watching on your Mac, rather than get your phone, try to scan the QR code, you can just Command-Shift-2, select some text, and then paste it or open that link in Safari. This video alone got 3 new apps in my menu bar. I have TextSniper here, Inset, and Choclift. Might have to do a whole video just on menu bar apps pretty soon. Now, I'll be honest, I've been vibe coding a little bit, and I found this app called Bitrig. I actually have it installed on a Mac Mini running in a closet, not on my Mac Studio, so I'm screen sharing into it. But if you want to try vibe coding and Xcode is a little daunting, which I find as well, Bitrig is another app that lets you connect to your App Store account, and you can vibe code using Claude or OpenAI. Now, you can get started for free. Now, if you want to plug in and connect your own Claude or ChatGPT account, that's part of the $25 per month subscription. But it feels like a really nice Mac app, and it also has a remote. Now, you have to go to their website and actually download the test flight because it's not in the App Store just yet. But once you download the Bitrig remote, which it's an open beta, so you could download it right now. And then from the Bitrig remote app, you can jump into one of your projects, prompt it from your iPhone, and then it will keep building it over on your Mac. You can even start a new project, add a GitHub repository, and I find this much more approachable than Xcode. And you can still distribute it to the App Store, set up your API key from App Store Connect, and stay tuned, I'll see if I get an app in the store with this. Get subscribed. Next, there's a lot of voice memo, recording, transcript apps out there, but just press record. It's really beautifully designed. It's a one-time purchase, $7, so no subscription. And it works on your Mac, your iPhone, and your Apple Watch. I know a lot of people want to do voice memos from the watch. Just press record is a great option. This is the app right here. You can start a new transcription. This is a video about apps I didn't even know were possible, like Inset, Choclift, and a ton more. I can pause the recording or stop it. It's going to immediately transcribe it. I can jump in and see the transcription. I can also listen back to it. I can get a summary, and there's even a watch tab here in the app, so you can record from there, and those transcripts will live here in the app. I can browse my past recordings, search, and then you can share both the transcript, the recording, or both. And the best part, no data collected and no subscription, one-time purchase. Next, I've had lots of people request shortcuts for a service called Readwise, and I wasn't very familiar with it, but I decided to give it a shot. And so Readwise actually has 2 different apps. There's Readwise, and then there's Readwise Reader. Readwise is great for saving highlights from different books. You can also sync highlights from different services, like when you read on your Kindle, Instapaper, send highlights via email. And as you're reading, you can then go back and look at your highlights feed and see different things you've highlighted across various books. I read the book Stolen Focus a few years ago, and so I can look at my highlights. What's something that I got from the book? This is a great way to rediscover important ideas and points that you might have read years ago, but maybe forgot because it's just not something you think about doing, going back and reading highlights from your books. So I love this aspect of it, and it will integrate with Readwise Reader. Now, Readwise Reader is kind of like a save for later app, but it can also be your RSS feed reader, which I kind of love that integration. And I imported all my RSS feeds. I just exported the OPML file from the classic Reader app that I used, and now I have all my feeds here in Readwise Reader. Then I can go to an article, I can read it right here. Really nice design, especially on the iPhone app. And then if I wanted to highlight something, like maybe this first paragraph, and selecting automatically highlights, you can toggle that off in that settings right over here. Just toggle off the auto highlighting. And now that I highlighted it, I can go back to my Readwise app, go to my highlights feed, and now you'll see that highlight from the 9 to 5 Mac article is right here. I can keep this highlight, discard it. I can also share this like as a quote somewhere on social media. That looks really nice. Maybe make it a square for something like Instagram. I can heart it, tag it, or maybe even make a note about what I highlighted. So now I'm also experimenting with using Readwise Reader as my RSS news reader, and then using the Readwise app as an intermediary for my highlights from articles and also books I've read. And there's a great API that you can use with shortcuts. Now, I'm in the free trial right now, and if you do want to use this service, it is $13 a month or $120 a year. So you have to be sure this is actually going to work for you. But as you can see, you can export highlights to Notion, Obsidian, and more, and you can read more about some of the benefits here in the FAQs. Again, I'm on the trial right now. I'm going to see if this sticks as my RSS reader and highlight keeper and save for later, and if it can be the everything app. We'll see, maybe it'll be worth it. Next, I want to show you a really cool app that I've used for years. It's called Scorecard, and there's a special feature I just discovered even after years of using it. So I use Scorecard whether we're playing a family game or for my son's sports events, and I've been keeping track for things like Scrabble. And this app is a one-time purchase of $5, no subscription. But here's the cool feature. Let's say you're playing a game with a lot of people and you want to show the score on the TV, like in the living room. Well, what you can do is start a screen mirroring session from the control center. So I'll swipe down, go to screen mirroring, and I'll choose my Studio Apple TV. And then once you start a screen mirroring session, Scorecard will automatically put whatever game you're currently keeping track of in a nice view on your TV. Then if I wanted to, I can add some points. You can see it add in real time on the Apple TV. That's super fun. And then I can go to another game, something I'm keeping track of. Let's go with this, and display that score on the TV. Recently discovered that super cool feature. Next, I love how this app called Pop-Out Timer has hacked picture-in-picture. Now you can use it for free, and you can do timers up to 5 minutes. If you want to do timers longer than 5 minutes, you'll need to pay. But I can start a timer here and then put the timer in picture-in-picture. And once I swipe to go home, I now have that live timer right here, and I can use my iPhone, go to different apps, and the timer is just always visible. I love how they hack picture-in-picture to do this. This is really useful on something like an iPad with a bigger screen, but it works here on iPhone too. And I can just tap to go back to the app action, and I'm right here. Again, if you want to do timers longer than 5 minutes, there's a lifetime purchase, which is nice for $12, or it's 50 cents a month or $4 for a year. I thought this was a really innovative idea. You can also do things like a stopwatch, start the stopwatch, and then go into that picture-in-picture mode. You can do Pomodoro timers, or just put the clock really big picture-in-picture with the seconds, if you want that. Maybe helpful for the next time there's an Apple release and you want to see the exact time in seconds, and then just exit out when you're done. And before we get to the last app, SaveDay, 2 quick shout-outs. I'm trying Craft again because I found out how to connect it with Apple Reminders using Claude. I love the new design of Craft, especially this new Kanban board view, or Kanban. How do you say that? Tell me down in the comments. But being able to plug it in with shortcuts and Claude via their MCP, plus the new design, it's really fluid, really fast. Anyway, I'm giving Craft another shot, so stay tuned. And I also want to shout out Quick Subs, a great little app. You can add audio files, get a transcription quickly, and then you can export that in subtitle format. You can even use AI to clean up whatever it is you transcribe. And you can also use your own speech engine, which is really cool. So if you have an OpenAI API key, you can put that in here, download that model. You can also use NVIDIA Parakeet, and you can even choose a different model for analyzing the transcription. So I put in my OpenAI key here. You can use Google Gemini. Pretty slick. Put a link to Quick Subs and Craft down in the description. And our last app, SaveDay. I thought this was a great idea. It's a little app where you give it access to your contacts. I gave it access to everything, and it pulls all your birthdays from your different contacts, and you just see a list. Who has a birthday today, tomorrow, in the next few days. And what's really cool is you can actually have gift ideas. So if you see someone's birthday is coming up, and you want to add a gift idea, maybe even a link to something, add a photo, and so when their birthday comes up or next year's birthday, you can remember to get them that thing. It's free to download and use. If you want unlimited gift ideas, a widget, and personalized reminders, it is $5 a year or $30 one-time lifetime purchase. Kudos to every app developer who includes a lifetime purchase option. Really appreciate that. But if you just want to use it for free, see what birthdays are today and coming up soon, add a couple gift ideas, I thought this was a great idea for an app. That's SaveDay. So those are some great new apps. Hopefully you found a few that are useful, and get subscribed because WWDC content is coming next. I'll be there in person covering the keynote, updates to iOS, iPad, Mac, and any shortcuts updates. You know I'm going to be covering those in depth. So stay tuned for that. You can also follow me on Instagram. I'll be sharing stories and reels from Apple Park all throughout the week. Would appreciate a follow. And come beta season, I'm going to be doing a lot more in my live streams for Shortcuts community members. You can join my Shortcuts community at shortcut.bot, scan this QR code. I'm going to do a 50% off for a year just in this week of WWDC. So if you want to join the community at $5 a month, if you're already a member, you can get that deal right now. Just DM me in the community if you need help. But my live streams over the summer, we're going to really focus on the betas, any new changes in Shortcuts. And I'm excited because I think there's going to be some huge changes coming soon. So scan this QR code or use the link down in the video description. 50% off Shortcuts membership for a year. And if you want that deal and you're already a member, just hit me up in the community. Get subscribed, hit that like button. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you next time.